Thiruchitrambalam, Hara Hara Nama Parvati, Padaye, Hara Hara Mahadeva, Sitsavesa, Sivasidambaram, Tenarude Sivane, Putri and Natorkum Reva, Putri, Thiruchitrambalam, Yedukum Makadai in the Milchayula, Nadakum, Mainmay, Namakarul, Sedida, Tadakai, Indudai, Tal Sevi, Nilmudi, Kadakalichai, Karutul உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து போதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலி வேணியன் அலகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்து ஆடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான் சைவத்தின் நேர்ச்சமயம் வேறிலை அதில் சார் சிவமாம் தெய்வத்தின் மேற் தெய்வம் இல்லனும் நான்மறை செம்பொருள் வாய்மை வைத்த சீர் திருத்தேவாரமும் திருவாசகமும் உய்வை தரச் செய்த நால்வர் பொற்றாள் எம்முயிர் துணையே. தில்லைவாழந்தனரை முதலாக சீர்படைத்த தொல்லையதாம் திருத்தொண்ட தொகைடியார் பதம் போற்றி ஒல்லையவர் புராண கதை உலகறிய விரித்து உரைத்த செல்லமலி குன்றத்தூர் செக்கிழாரடி போற்றி. ஆதாரமாகிய மாணிக்க வாசகர் பாதார விந்தம் பணிவோம். பண்டு செய்த தீதான பாவங்கள் எல்லாம் தீர்ந்து ஞானோதயம் வந்து கூடிடுமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Thiruchitrambalam. Dear devotees, welcome back to the Periyapuranam Discourse series. With the blessings of the Almighty Lord Shiva, we are here to think through the wonderful history of Srimad Thirugnanasambanda. And today we are going to cover part 9 of Thirugnanasambanda history. Let me bow my head to the lotus feet of the Vachekla Swamigal and also to the 57th Pontiff of Konambatti Kalyanaguriyadina, Sri Gurumga Sridhanam, Sri Rajasaravana Manikwasim Swamigal as well. By the grace of the Almighty Lord Shiva, let's go ahead and get started with Srimad Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal history. So last week, Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal, we discussed Swamigal's pilgrimage to Trivelimiralai, Thiruvarur, and now Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal, along with Upper Swamigal, have come to the wonderful temple, very auspicious temple for Shaivist, Tirumaraikadu, which is also called right now Vedaranyam. Vedaranyeshwar. The Lord of Maraikadu, Tirumaraikadu, is Sri Vedaranyeshwar, Tirumaraikadu Natharu. So, Shaivites in that temple, the city, Vedaranyam city, gave a very befitting welcome to Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal and Upper Swamigal. They decorated the streets, temple, the whole city to give them the warm welcome. Then both Paramacharyas went to the temple. So when they went close to the temple, they just noticed that the devotees are entering the temple through another, instead of main entrance, they were going to another small entrance to go inside the temple to worship the Lord, because the main doors of the temple were locked. And who locked them? Why those doors were locked? It's because the name itself is called Tirumaraikadu, Vedaranyam. It means the Vedas, 4 Vedas, have worshipped the Lord Shiva in this temple several thousand years ago. And after the Vedas completed the worship, the Vedas locked the door with Vedic mantras, not by any physical lock. It is a logical lock, Vedic mantra. And in order to open the doors again, one should be able to chant the same Vedic mantra as equal as Veda. It cannot be a human being. A human being cannot just chant the Vedas. As equal as Vedas, and the mantra should, or a similar language or mantras, that should be as equal as Vedas. No one came so far to unlock the temple. When Upper Swamigal, Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal came to know about this, then Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal said, we we need to go through the main entrance to worship our Lord, not through the side entrance. So the ultimate goal is to solve this problem so that devotees of Lord Shiva can freely go inside the temple to the main entrance. Then Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal made a request to Upper Swami, if you could compose a Devara hymn to open up the door. Then Upper Swami accepted the request. Then Upper Swami composed a wonderful Thirukurundahai, fifth Tirumurai, to open up the door. The first, let's go ahead and sing that first song, that Padiyam, along with Upper Swami. Thiruchitrambalam. Panninner mொழியாள் உமை பங்கரோ மன்னினார் மலம் மன்னினார் வலம் செய் மறைக்காடரோ கண்ணினான் உமை காண கதவினை திண்ணமாக திறந்தருள் செய்மினே. Upper Swamigal composed this wonderful Thirupadikam. He completed 9 songs. The door did not get opened. When he completed his last song, please give mercy on us, he made a humble request. And then when he finished the last song of the Padikam, then the door got opened by the grace of Lord Shiva. Everybody became excited, very happy, and they started chanting Hara 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 Mahadev. The door got open. Both Paramacharyas, Srimad Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal and Sri Upper Swamigal, went inside the temple through the main entrance and had a great darshan of Lord Shiva. Tirumaraikadu has got a lot of Devara hymns. So when you get a chance, free time, please do allocate some time to explore those Devara hymns. Those are wonderful hymns. They had a great darshan, and then they came out, they finished their darshan, came out of the temple, and now the same door needs to be locked again using the Devara hymns, so that going forward, the devotees can start using the doors. So this time, Upper Swamigal asked Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal to sing a Devara hymn to close the door. Then Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal sang a wonderful Padikam in Indalam tune, second Tirumurai. Thiruchitrambalam. சதுரம் மறைதான் துதி செய்து வணங்கும் மதுரம் பொழில் சூழ் மறைக்காட்டுரை மைந்தா இது நன்கிறைவை தருள் செய்க எனக்கும் கதவம் திருக்காப்பு கொள்ளும் கருத்தாலே. Immediately, the moment he completed the first song, the door got closed right away. And then Swamigal, Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal still completed the rest of the Padikam, full Padikam, and then both of them prayed to the Lord of Vedaranyam, Sri Vedaranyeshwarar, and they went back to their mud to take rest, and night came in. Then Upper Swamigal was sleeping. The Lord of Thiruvaimur is another temple close to Tirumaraikadu temple. The Lord of Thiruvaimur, Lord Shiva came in the dream of Upper Swami, and then he said, "You want to see me? Just follow me." It was midnight. Then Upper Swami immediately woke up, and he saw Swami in the form of Shiva devotee. He was walking on the road, and then immediately he got up and started following Swami, keeping his hand over his head. Then Upper Swami started following Lord Shiva. In the meantime, Thirugnanasambanda Swami also got up, and he went to, for some reason, he wanted to meet with Upper Swamigal. He came to his mat and realized Upper Swamigal just left for Thiruvaimur. Thirugnanasambanda Swami also started following Upper Swamigal. So Lord Shiva was walking in the front, followed by Upper Swamigal, and then Thirugnanasambanda Swami. And then Lord Shiva made a golden temple. He went inside it, and then he disappeared. Then both of them, then Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal reached Upper Swami. They met each other, and then the darshan, Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal got the first darshan of Lord Shiva in Thiruvaimur, and then he showed the darshan to Upper Swami. please have a darshan. We could see our Lordship. Then Upper Swami also got the darshan. In the meantime, Upper Swami also composed wonderful Tirupatiyams, Devara hymns for Thiruvaimur. And then both of them came back to Tirumalaikadu, to their respective mud. They continued to worship Sri Vedaneshwara for a few days. And in the meantime, this is happening in Maraikadu. Both Paramacharyas are now in Tirumalaikadu. And at the same time, in Pandya's country, which is South Tamil Nadu, Madurai and the south side of other Tamil Nadu belong to Pandya kingdom. Pandya kingdom, at that time, it was ruled by Kum Pandian, Nintasi Redamar Nayanar, one of the 63 Nayanmars, and his wonderful wife, queen of Pandya kingdom, Mangekarasiyar as well. At that time, Pandya kingdom had fallen away from the morals of Shaivism. And because Pandya kingdom was completely occupied by the external religious gurus, Jain gurus, pretty much. And then Shaivism and its concepts, Shaiva Siddhanta concepts, started perishing slow, day by day, while Jainism started to thrive and flourishing like anything. And as the king was desired by Jain gurus, he gave up all the Shaiva rituals, worship, day-to-day prayer activities. And then he started following Jain philosophy. As the king started following Jain philosophy, the entire country also started moving towards the Jain philosophy. So the true morality of Shaivism was lost among the people, and the immorality started to spread across the country. There were still two great Shaivites in that country, even at that time. The two people are, first one is the queen of Pandya kingdom, Mangekarasiyar, who was the daughter of Chola emperor. And then the chief minister of Pandya kingdom, the great Kulachare Nayanar. Only these two people are the only Shaivites in the country at that time. So Mangekarasiyar heard about Thirugnanasambanda Swami. And she heard that Thirugnanasambanda Swami, she heard about everything. She heard everything about Thirugnanasambanda Swami. Right from the time he got the holy milk from Goddess Parvati and all the miracles that Thirugnanasambanda Swami have done over the last few years, getting a pearl palanquin and a lot more. Then she was thinking, maybe we could invite Srimad Thirugnanasambanda Swami to our country. He would be the one that would help revive Shaivism back to its glory in Pandya kingdom. So she was thinking about it, and then the news came in. Thirugnanasambanda Swami has reached Tirumalaikadu, and both Upper Swami and Thirugnanasambanda Swami have sung Devara hymns to unlock the doors locked by Vedas. And they also locked that back again through Devara hymns. She heard about that, she got very excited, and then she discussed with the chief minister, Kulacharaya, and then they sent a messenger to Tirumalaikadu temple. The messenger carried a message from the queen of Pandya kingdom, the great Mangekarasiyar. The messenger reached Tirumalaikadu, and then he reached the mud of Thirugnanasambanda Swami. He conveyed the message. So he has come with a message from the queen of Pandya kingdom, and then the message was conveyed to Thirugnanasambanda Swami. There's a messenger came from Pandya country to talk to you about it, and he has a message from the queen of Pandya kingdom. Then Thirugnanasambanda Swami asked them to come inside, and then the messenger explained everything to him, why he was here, and the queen of Pandya country sent him here. The Shaivism was slowly perishing, and Jainism started to take over the whole country. So the queen made a humble request to your lotus feet, to come down to Pandya country to defeat the external philosophies and then bring the glory back to Shaiva glory back to Pandya countries. Thirugnanasambanda said, absolutely. I would definitely come. First of all, I'm coming there to see the two great Shaivites, Langerkarsiar and Kulacharya. He said, I wanted to go and see them. They still worship Lord Shiva, and Shaivism still exists because of those two great devotees. And then Upper Swamigal was a bit worried about it. So Upper Swamigal, this time he never stopped Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal. Upper Swamigal never said anything against what Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal wished. But this time he said, Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal, you should not go to Madurai. I know about those gurus. I have been through that. And I have been through their evil act. They're extremely dangerous. I would not let you go. I would go there and fix the mess and come back. But Thirugnanasambanda said, no. The message was for me. It's a message for me. It's the Lord Siva wish. And Shiva will always protect us. We always chant his mantras. We always think of him. So, Parasavada Namberman Kalagalendral Paludanayada, he said. We always praise the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. Nothing will happen to us. He will protect us. And then Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal sang a wonderful, wonderful Devar hymn, Veyuru Tolipangan, in Piyandai Kandara tune. This is second Thirumai. Let's also sing along with Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal. Thiruchitrambalam Veyuru Tolipangan Vidamunda Kandan Miganalla Vinai Tadavi Masaru Tingal Gangai Mudimelanindu En Ulame Pugunda Adanal Nyayiru Tingal Sevvai Budam Vyalan Velli Sani Pambirandum Udane Asaru Nalla Abai Nalla Adiyaravarku Migave. Thiruchitrambalam. Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal said, as we always chant the lotus feet of Lord Shiva, his mantras, nothing will happen to us. Whether the day is not good or time is not in favor of us, we don't need to worry about it. He is there to protect us, and we have work to do. I'm going to Madurai with the blessings of Lord Shiva. Then Upper Swamigal got convinced because Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal composed a great Devar hymn, and he was totally convinced. Then Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal got in the pearl palanquin, devotees, the pearl palanquin, along with thousands of devotees. Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal started heading towards Madurai, the capital of Pandya's country. So he reached the border of Madurai, and then the message has gone to Kulacharayar and Mangenkarasya. Again, Kulacharayar gave a befitting welcome to Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal. He was waiting at the border of the Pandya's country. At the moment he saw the group of Shiva devotees carrying the pearl palanquin, then he just fell down on the earth. He never got back up. He just fell down on the earth. He was paying his respect to Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal. And then Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal blessed him. Where is the temple of Tirualavai? Then Kolacharai Nayanar, the chief minister of Pandya kingdom, he took Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal and his devotees to the Tirualavai temple. Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal had a great darshan of the Lord of Tirualavai, Then Madurai, all of you already know this, Meenakshi Amman temple, none other than the Meenakshi Amman temple. The Lord name is Somasundareshwar, and the goddess is Sri Meenakshi Ammal. So Thirugnanasambanda composed a wonderful song, Devara hymn, in that temple. That was the first Devara hymn that Thirugnanasambanda sang for the Lord of Madurai. Thiruchitrambalam, it's in Puranam tune, third Thirumurai. Thiruchitrambalam, மங்கையர்க்கரசி வளவர்கோன் பாவை வரிவளை கைமடமானி பங்கைய செல்வி பாண்டிமாதேவி பணி செய்து நாள் தோறும் பரவ பொங்கழல் உருவன் பூதநாயகன் நாள் வேதமும் பொருள்களும் அருளி அங்கையர் கண்ணி தன்னொடும் அமர்ந்த ஆலவாயாவதும் இதுவே. Thiruchitrambalam, he had a great darshan. And then the queen of Pandya country, the great Mangyarkarasir, also came down to pay respect to Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal. Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal blessed both of them, both Kulachari Nayanar and Mangyarkarasir. And Thirugnanasambanda Swamigal also marked their names in the great Devara hymns. He started with Mangyarkarasi, Valavarkon Pavi. And also Kulachari, he also mentioned Kulachari Nayanar in the same Padigam as well. They were so blessed to get their name inscribed in the Padigam of Thirugnanasambanda Swami. And then darshan got over. Thirugnanasambanda Swami, along with his devotees, came out of the temple. In the meantime, Kulachari Nayanar had made all the arrangements. He made a wonderful mud, made all arrangements for Thirugnanasambanda Swami and his thousands of devotees to stay. They went to the mud and then started singing Tirumurai. Everywhere they could see Tirumurai, the sound of Tirumurai, devotees reciting the Devara hymns composed by Thirugnanasambanda Swami. So whole Madurai could hear that. And now the Jain gurus came to know about the visit of Thirugnanasambanda Swami. And then they were just discussing with themselves, what's the purpose of his visit? So they said, oh, I heard that he has come here to have a debate with us and defeat us and then destroy our religion, revive Shaivism. That was his goal. We don't know what to do. They were just discussing. I had some bad dreams as well. Oh, I just saw a devotee with holy ash. I need to, oh, wow, that's not good. And then they decided to go to the king and then convince him to do some evil act. And said, all right, let's. First they planned. They planned it. They're discussing with themselves. They said, the only way to get rid of this issue is to send this guy, send Thirugnanasambanda and his devotees out of Madurai somehow. We could set fire, burn down their mud that they are staying right now, so that they'll be scared. They will never come back. They'll run away. They just thought Thirugnanasambanda Swami was a normal human being, and the devotees following Thirugnanasambanda Swami, he just thought like them, and said, okay, this is the plan. Let's burn down the mud using our mantras that we learned, and then they will run away. And then let's also go and get the king's consent as well. We need to do everything along with his support as well. They reached the palace at the evening, and then they informed the guard, we want to meet the king. The guard went to the king and said, all the Jain gurus have come down to meet you. King was a bit shocked. Why all of them came at this time? He asked them to come inside. They all came inside. Then the king asked, what happened? All of you came at this time. Then the head of them explained, there was a person, we heard about Thirugnanasambanda from Shaiv, he's a Shaivit. He came down to Madurai to have a debate with us and to destroy your religion, king, disrespect your God, and to revive Shaivism in this country. You cannot allow that. And then they convinced the king to agree with their evil plan, which was to set fire for Thirugnanasambanda Mat. And then they said, okay, what do we do? They said, we have to burn down the mud they're staying so that they'll run away. That's the only way, king. He accepted that. Please do it. But for some reason, the king felt very disturbed after that. They left the palace. He went back to his wife, the great Mangir Karasyar. She asked him, why you look very worried, what happened? Well, I heard about someone, Thirugnanasambanda Swamy came to Madurai with his devotees. He wanted to have a debate with our Jain gurus, and I don't know what's going on. And then Mangir Karasyar is very brilliant. She said, it's great, my king. I mean, it's always good to have a debate and prove that who's right, who's wrong. It will also show us which philosophy to be followed. We will accept the philosophy of the winner. And does that make sense? That the king accepted, yes, that makes sense. Let's do that. And then the group of Jain gurus, they went near the mat of Thirugnanasambanda Swamy. They were chanting all the mantras they learned to set fire. They also, the mantras were, the power of mantra came to the mud to set fire, but they saw that Thirugnanasambanda Swamy was sitting there, and then it's just Agni Deva. He worshipped Thirugnanasambanda Swamy and he left. So the mantras did not work out. They couldn't set fire to mantras. If they go back and tell the king, oh, our mantras did not work out, he will immediately give up on us. That's not good. And that itself, even you don't even need a debate. The king immediately will conclude that Thirugnanasambanda Swamy is the best and he is the real one. His religion is the true one. We will start following that. We should not let that happen. Then, so they became treacherous, and then physically they set the fire to the mat. That's an evil act. Thousands of devotees sleeping in the mat. And they did not even care about it. They just wanted to burn down the mud. All of them will be killed, right? They didn't even care about it. That's the evil act. So immediately the fire was starting to spread, but the disciples got up. They managed to put out the fire before it could spread and engulf people, the whole mat property. Then they reported the incident to Thirugnanasambanda Swamy. Thirugnanasambanda Swamy was really shocked by the treachery and the enmity of the Jain gurus, but also Swamy was very disappointed that this was done with the support of the king. He failed to keep the justice in the country. So then Thirugnanasambanda Swamy prayed to Lord Shiva. Then he composed a wonderful padigam, Sayyane Tiralabai, in Kaushika tune, third Thirumurai. In that padigam, he said, Payyave Sendru Amanar Kolagum Surat, Payyave Sendru Pandiyar Kahave. Means the heat that was set by the Jain gurus would go and hit the king slowly. Thiruchitrambalam Sayyane Thiru Alavai Meviya Ayyane Anjal Interul Sayyane Poyyaram Amanar Koluvum Sudar Payyave Sendru Pandiyarkagave. So he sang the padigam saying that, may the fire lit by the Jain afflict the king. Then immediately the king developed a very high fever called Vepuloi, a heat illness. He suffered from the burning high temperature. What happened next? We will cover in the next session. Thiruchitrambalam. என்றும் இன்பம் பெருகும் இயல்பினால் ஒன்று காதலித்து உள்ளோம் ஓங்கிட மன்றுளார் அடியார் அவர் வான்புகழ் நின்றது எங்கும் நிலவி உலகலாம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஹரஹர நம பார்வதி பதையே. ஹரஹர மகாதேவா. சிற்சவேசா சிவசிதம்பரம் தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.